Oh, and we're off. Wait, are we? Yeah. Okay. So it looks like Icefire got the fast one while Dirk got the slow one. Classic.
On the upside, we do now have an answer to whose audio we have.
Yes.
Little trouble on the target side for derko. Obviously, too early.
This is the final boss of the game, and Icefire has finished targets. It's basically just. It's now he's in the escape sequence. He just.
Uh-oh, do we have a puke suit?
Yeah, he's on fusion suit. Good content.
Brilliant.
Oh no, his stream stopped. Okay, he's fine.
Okay, so we do have the timers in sync. That's quite nice. One's getting a little bit of trouble with that dash there for derko. That's still quite alright. Still anyone's game. Really early. LV, do you happen to know what the world record is for entering Biohazard?
I do not. I do know that the world record for Frigate is like a 5:35.
That was T3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Icefire going all the way around, opting not to do Cody Ledge, or any variation thereof. Handling it quite well, still going quite fast, that's good.
Am I the first commentator or the second commentator? First, okay.
Alright.
Could you, like, up your volume?
Yeah, let me get that handled real quick.
So, Airy Fetchy is going to be going into Parasite Queen. He's opting not to save.
Hopefully we don't have any trouble on the dismount then. Chad, could you tell me, is that a better volume for you? Okay, cool. Playing with mic distance, I do have a new pop filter on, so.
Frigate right. Frigate right. Frigate right. Okay, so this is starting the escape sequence. Yes! Let's go!
Let's go! Let's see it, Icefire. No safety save, but this could be a good one for him.
No.
He's morphing a little too early here.
Okay, he got it.
Good bomb jump.
The thing is this saves so much time that, like, even if, like, you mess up with it, you can still come out way ahead, especially RTA. Because the races are done in an RTA setting, because of all the cutscenes it skips, this could be huge.
Well, I mean, Ridley is like 23 seconds, I think. Something absolutely absurd like that. Ethan jumping looking quite clean so far. A little bit of a stutter. That's all right. Just miles ahead in RTA time here. Good elevator climb. 40 seconds RTA. Thank you so much, Hudson. Also, I am henceforth referring to Frigate Wall Crawl as Frigate Right. So that would be.
I prefer either Frigate Right or FWC. To make it sound more technical.
Okay, very good.
No.
Uh-oh.
Sloppy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It really do be like that sometimes.
Didn't Hazel also end up messing up the door warp?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Now again, it is still early enough now that Icefire could make a totally clean comeback. Obviously, Icefire is looking quite a bit better than derko's at this point. Derko having a little bit of trouble with these bunny hops. Actually, I'm not entirely sure he's trying to bunny hop at all. While we got the chance here, let's give a quick shout out to SpeedGaming, who is kind enough to host our humble tournament.
Yeah, they're cool.
As well as a shout out to our fearless leader Dante Must Die 234, who set this whole thing up for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, and he managed to get a bunch of more, some like the more inactive players back into the game.
Absolutely. We got some returning favorites from older times. Derko having a little bit of trouble with the stream there. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. May it be remembered indeed.
What's really funny is this cutscene, it heals you. He's at 20 HP right now, and when it after he loses his items, he's gonna be at 99.
Personally, I'm very curious if you didn't lose, or if it didn't heal you at all, how much effort it would take to die after this point.
Isn't there a fire right there? I know the fire can hit you while on like the other side, but
yeah, it does make it.
Yeah, I think that fire is the only place where you could die.
So you'd have to get extraordinarily lost. Very good. Sailor Jade, that's a very interesting theory.
My theory is that the explosion gave her a senzu beam.
We're not going to talk about that one anymore. I think I like Sailor Jade's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Also, interesting point though, with the fact that you actually lose Various Suit if the energy is not in the energy tank, it wouldn't go back to the energy tank, I would think. Just once, I want to see someone in this tournament do space jumpers left.
Oh, SJF left is like actual hyperclass.
Evacuate immediately. Evacuate immediately.
Now, is he gonna go for frigate right again, or is he just gonna do frigate left?
That is a good question. How long has Icefire been doing the frigate wall roll?
A few years.
Okay. So it is quite possible he'll go for.
Let's
And
go!
he's doing it. Let's go.
Come on, first try Secret World. Let's go!
That's funny. I wouldn't have said that we get out. But, good call there.
No! Oh,
Ooh.
oh my god, I'm so scared.
Mild heart attack there for everyone. Interesting strategy chose to get on top of the door there. Goes way out into the ether and then tries to pop back in. I'd be interested to compare to
Missed the door warp at the end of the frigate wall crawl.
Bit cleaner on the elevator this time. For those that do space jump, or not space jump first or left,
Okay.
frigate wall crawl right. Frigate right. It's generally noted that the elevator is the hardest part.
Yeah, it's like
So, derko arriving at Morph Ball here. And notably did choose to grab the energy tank, which makes a lot of sense.
okay. Icefire is out of Frigatory.
Perfect. And that's the final boss of the game, guys. And LV, do you happen to know if either of these runners do Wave Sun or whether they do it inbounds?
I would have to guess that Icefire does Wave Sun. No clue about Dirk.
Okay. I suspect based on Dirk's movie here. Now I don't know her personally or at a member on their streams, but I would suspect that we're going to be not looking at Wave Sun. We might be looking at an inbound Sun IS. Which would actually be quite cool to show off that strat. It's one of my personal favorites.
Okay. He's got space jump boots.
For anyone who is new to the Icefire coming into chat and calling out, I am free. Yes, you are, Icefire. Yes, you are.
Yeah, he said that basically on our end as soon as he got to the elevator.
Perfect. Yeah, so anyone new to Metroid Prime speedrunning, Space Jump First is absolutely incredibly game breaking. You're meant to go all the way through the game up to the point where you get Boost Ball in order to get Space Jump normally. Now, was it Flamancipator that came up with Space Jump First?
I'm not sure. I know Flamancipator came up with IBBF.
Yes, and I am very much hoping that we do get to see IBBF represented here.
I want to see someone do Thug Route.
You've been asking for Thug Route literally every time I've been in chat.
It's because Thug Route's so much cooler. It doesn't have two parts where you hold left for 55 seconds.
That's fair.
And then it also, like, you get Ice Beam really early, you get Plasma really early. Like, I don't know, I just feel like the route flows a lot better, whereas the double IS route, it is technically faster, but, or at least faster for in-game time.
Sure.
But it feels like it takes forever for the run to start, quote-unquote start, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Derek, a little bit of trouble finding the hole there.
Yes, you do it in every category that gets Space Jump.
Yeah, unless you're doing some challenge run NSJ, you're definitely doing Space Jump First.
Yeah, so there are two categories where you don't do it: max % no Space Jump, and 21%. In every other category, it's there's like no reason not to get it right then and there. Oh no! on 1.2 and on PAL, you can actually lock on to one of the enemies in the tunnel that leads to Artifact Temple.
Yeah,
You lock onto one of the enemies and then go all the way around the room. Oh yeah, glitchless, but no one cares about that category. That category sucks.
SMH in my head.
People like begged for that category forever. And then as soon as, oh yeah, on Trilogy version it is possible, but it's task only.
Is Trilogy task only?
Yeah, it's task only. DF tried it, but he couldn't do it.
Huh. Wasn't there a way with a BSJ?
Yeah, so that's called the early space jump.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Edson, for the clarification.
Andros, he accidentally fell during Frigate, right? And so he had to reset, lost about 4 to 5 minutes. But he's catching up.
Depending how good Zoid goes, we could see a very quick catch-up here, though.
Yeah. And also, if he goes for Thug route...
You're not gonna let that die, are you?
No.
Very good.
Anyway, so yeah, it's patched on a Trilogy, pretty much.
Gotcha.
You can do it on every other version of the game. You just, for ones that can't scan dash, you have to do a normal dash off the enemy in the rim. What's really funny is, at least for tasks, 21% is actually possible on... It's possible on Trilogy. It's not possible, or actually I guess now it is because you can skip Varia, but assuming Varia skip wasn't a thing, it's the one version it's not possible on is player's choice. And the reason for that is they made it so you need to have grapple beam to collect plasma. They just have the doors locked until you pick up grapple beam. It's really funny.
I used to say that player's choice was strictly inferior to any other version of Trilogy, but I've changed my mind when I realized that you actually get the full Flogger song.
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought that was a song?
The Flogger music in this, they messed it up so it doesn't, it loops way too early. I think Derko is running on Dolphin because it looked like his game lagged there. Spring Ball is nice, but I don't like the trade-off it makes. In order to make Spring Ball balanced, they had to make it so that you can only get hit by one bomb while you're in the air. In order for the other bombs to have any effect, you have to touch the ground again. And so what that means is it basically completely removes pretty much all types of bomb jumps. There's only like one new type of bomb jump, which is, it's like a, I don't know what the name is. It's like a spring double bomb jump, where you have the bomb hit you and you do a spring jump at the same time.
Oh, so you get the extra momentum.
Yeah. And that's what they use for Spring John Bomb. Is that actually what it's called? Okay. Anyways, yeah, so you have the spring ball and the bomb hit you at the same time, and that's what's used for the early space jump on Trilogy. But aside from that, like, you can't do UBJs or HBJs.
I'm very close by there. There we go.
Also, while out of bounds, if you get stuck on collision, it counts as being in midair, so you can only do one bomb to get out. It makes it's like really easy to soft lock while out of bounds.
I'm calling you.
You're calling you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty you.
Now, does anyone in chat know if Dirk does early wild?
Did they save for early wild? I think Dirk did. Did an icefire.
Icefire. There's a possibility that if Dirk didn't save, that we could be seeing Floaty Wild, which would be kind of good content. I would love to see Floaty Wild feature in the race.
Okay. Looks like Icefire is pretty much caught up with Dirk.
Which I think he just won.
Yep. He's ahead.
Interestingly enough, folks, that does go to show that hard work and commitment and practice of this game can make it so you overcome a reset on Frigate.
Yeah, it's like a lot of this is just having like really optimal movement. So like having really solid movement saves a lot more time than like you might think it would. It's true in Echoes too, but it's like especially true in this.
Absolutely.
Oh, also, Spider Guardian is already free in Prime 2. You just have to get Cannonball. Are Early Wild and SJF, I think those are probably like the two. I think those are the only two real tricks required in the any percent route. Or no, I guess because you got to do Plasma without Grapple, but like
Yeah.
and without Spider.
There are a number of really safe ways to do Plasma, though.
Yeah, Plasma not that hard.
It's really just like whether you do plate skip or not that becomes the difficulty factor there. Derko, a little bit of trouble with the stream there again. Okay, so we are seeing early wild from Icefire here. Let's see how this goes.
Oh no. Dirk said bruh in the chat. Please tell me that doesn't mean something bad happened.
Good dismount for Icefire. Yeah, I'm hoping we're...
No, Sloppy! No, Slop!
Oh, no.
No,
Do it.
no,
Do it.
no!
Oh.
Hyper Slop, no!
No, reset. Don't. Oh, no.
Why? I'm pretty sure resetting is faster than trying to come back with Spider.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's no good time to, yeah, he did save.
Oh,
There-
that's the. I guess that's the clincher right there.
There is
I think I was-
no good time to come back to it. Like,
Yeah.
you either have to go through all of front Magmore, or you have to go around Hive Totem.
Yeah. The Early while is incredibly tricky, especially considering the bomb placement actually changes. So it's not like you can just get used to a metronome. The timing does change depending on how high you are.
Yeah, and also like what exact control stick angle you're holding, how much
Some
friction you
people
get.
find it easier to play without sound, because if you get used to the rhythm, then you can sometimes screw yourself up.
It's one of those tricks where like it's really tricky to learn, but like once you have it burned into your fingers,
Yeah.
it like.
I took a 6-month break from Prime and got early world first try on the time back.
Yeah, it's been burned into my fingers. I've taken like several months and then I come back.
Dirk, a little trouble with the gate here again. Bomb placement not awesome. I'm curious who's gonna try 3VJ.
No, he's gonna go scan.
Okay. Agile still doing floaty jump, of course. That's also a valid strat. I'm curious.
SM bombs. Are you talking about Super Metroid?
I'm sorry.
Someone in chat said where are my SM bombs.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Super Metroid bomb jumps are so cool. I can do like the normal infinite bomb jump. I can sort of do a double infinite bomb jump. Not good at it or consistent at it. I can't do like the horizontal bomb jumps though. That's too much.
I've played Prime for too long, and I never played Super Metroid as a kid, so like, I find Super Metroid incredibly challenging.
Yeah.
I'm used to 3-dimensional movement. We are seeing once again Icefire's practice and experience in this game showing through with this movement here. Will he go for race tank? He will. LV, did you happen to see if Icefire grabbed kids meal?
What's kids meal?
It's the missiles above Zoid.
Oh, I don't know. How many missiles would he have if he didn't?
15. Or 10 if he didn't.
Okay, well, we'll see how many he has when he gets out of the elevator. I like Super Metroid's movement because, like,
Grab kids meal.
I don't know, it feels like... I don't know, I've tried playing, like, Fusion and Zero Mission, and it just... It doesn't feel right. It feels like Mario. It's hard, I don't know how to describe it.
That was a really good shoreline there.
It doesn't feel like Samus has any real weight to her. I'm pretty sure that ghetto jump only saves like 3 seconds.
If I remember correctly, scan dashing is actually a touch faster up.
It is? Wow.
Yeah. That's why we're seeing some of the runners like Vertigo actually opting to do the scan dash instead of the jump.
And we just got the speed booster.
that which will replace bunny hopping in a lot of scenarios for the rest of the run.
Yeah, it's time for Sun Wave.
Very good. I do suspect that Icefire, based on the quality of movement here, is going to go for this.
Is he gonna do the new strat? The one where you V-hop off the pillar?
Oh my god. That would be interesting to see. I guess we'll find out.
I mean, he could just do the normal strat, though. It's the same idea.
I see Paragon. I'd be happy to grab you the schedule here in just half a sec. Let me grab that for you.
Yeah, Super Metroid, it definitely like takes like a lot in order to become fluid with it, but I feel like I don't know, it's hard to describe, but I like it more. It feels like with like Zero Mission and Fusion, like wow, okay, holy crap, Icefire is godlike. Okay, Derko is going for really wild again.
Bomb placement looking much better this time. Dismount's a little high.
Yes, okay,
Okay, good.
I got it. Oh no, Icefire fell.
You certainly hate to see it.
No. Oh, that was scary.
Yeah, that's okay. Whew. That started to get a bit spooky there.
Yeah, so if you don't get that, if you don't get the ceiling warp immediately, you have to be very careful or you'll fall down. He did nail the backup though.
Interestingly, opting for the wall instead of the corner for the IS spin up.
So, you might be wondering what we're gonna need all this speed for. After all, we do build up speed for 55 seconds. But to answer that, we're gonna have to talk about parallel universes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so, right now he's getting a glitch called Nan Ball. And basically if you boost while you have Nan Ball, the game gets confused.
Help. So essentially when you touch collision, when you boost, specifically, I believe it's vertical collision, the game returns all collision checks as true. Not that you're actually touching it; it's just returning it that way. So you end up getting, touching all things at once, which happens to be because you're in the wrong room here, and that's why the walls are sticky. You end up grabbing both wave and sun. That's wave sun.
So you're allowed to build up speed because you've got the map on the wrong room. But yeah, after you have infinite speed, basically, if you boost, it lets you, it causes most collision to return, collision checks to return true. In this game, it's only used to collect items. So like right there, you used it to collect both the wave beam and the artifact of sun, which is why it's called Wave Sun or Sun Wave. In Echoes, it's used a lot more. It used to be used for touching a cutscene trigger out of bounds to get out of bounds and skip item off. It's not necessary anymore, but it used to. In several categories, it's used for in several like the max percent categories, it's used for collecting items, and then in 2 categories, it's actually used for touching load triggers in order to do out of bounds wall crawls do wall crawls, but because you used infinite speed, it actually messes up the camera, and so then you have to wall crawl completely blind.
Good old flashing stuff.
Yeah. It's both 4% and max percent no dark use infinite speed to touch the load trigger in Central Hive Transport West. Or Central Hive West Transport. Yeah, 4%. Yeah, so there are kind of two different low percent categories. One focuses on minimizing the percentage at the end. And so that's what 4% is. Basically, you would go through the game and blow up all the locks and then trigger the item loss later to and then collect all the artifacts with only 4 items. The other one is kind of it counts each of the items and it doesn't really regard the percentage screen at the end. And that one, I believe currently the lowest that's ever been done is 6%. There's a theoretical one, 10 item though.
Just to offer a bit of clarity here for chat, we are in this case referring to echoes.
Yeah, echoes.
21% is still the low percent.
Yeah. For Prime 1, 21% is the lowest that's ever been done by a human. Probably lowest that will be done by a human unless something new gets found. But there is a theoretically task-only way to skip Varia. So Icefire is going over to get the artifact of Life Giver. The part at Wave Troopers is really... no, you can wall crawl to it. What happens is there's a trigger in Sun Tower, and you touch that, and that's what causes the layer change. So when you're doing early wild, that's what you do.
You're dropping low enough.
You drop down to touch the trigger, and then you bomb jump back up. Having a little bit of trouble with the ghetto jump. Okay, you got it.
Now, is that the main plaza wall crawl?
I believe, yeah, you would wall crawl from main plaza. You could also presumably get super missiles and spider ball, or just spider ball, and then do the like cess, but that's dumb, and you can't do that in a low percent setting.
This is true. Kraidgasm. That's it. I want to see that as an emote in someone's channel.
Okay.
So Dirk did go for a save. I do wonder if that's going to mean that we're going to see Wave Sun.
Yeah. Okay, so here, Arifetchi is doing the Nan Ball again.
That's so good. Also, Arifetchi is an amazing meme.
No, sloppy. Oh, dang.
Fortunately, we do have the backup strat of just jumping up the side of the half pipe here.
So Icefire is building up speed for 55 seconds. He's doing this to get a power bomb. On the other side of Magma Pool, there's a power bomb. I believe they're doing the same route. It's just Icefire is doing more tricks.
Mortal Kombat, basically so far what we've seen is a couple more advanced tricks, including Frigate Right from Icefire. Coupled with just some more optimal movement is contributing to the lead here.
Yeah. No! Oh, okay. So yeah, there you got a sneak preview of Light Show. Basically what happens is whenever you unmorph, when you have the infinite speed, your angular momentum is set to Nan. And whenever you unmorph, it sets a bunch of other values to Nan.
Including camera position.
Yeah, the translation portion of the camera matrix ultimately gets set to Nan, and it causes everything to become a garbled mess of geometric shapes. The only way to fix that is to enter a cutscene that fixes the camera, or I believe touching a camera trigger as well, which is what Icefire did. But it would still come back if he were to unmorph again. He's doing the gathering hall.
Yeah, if you do unmorph into Light Show, you're not in a good position to be able to morph again. You do end up with some wonky controls, which can lead to some pretty clunky moments trying to find a camera trigger again.
Yeah. Now, while the translation portion of the camera matrix is messed up, the rotation portion is not. And so you can actually, there is some things you can do to tell what your relative camera angle is. And that's like the one bit of useful information you can get out of the screen.
Yeah, Edson, possibly a good point here. I'm just gonna check on that.
And nicely done.
Uh-oh.
Which strat are people going for? Furnace left. Oh, at the top of Chozo Ice Temple. Sorry, I was watching Icefire. Oh, which strat did he do? Oh. Wave Sun is harder than IBBF, don't at me. So this is the worst room in the game. Life Grove Tunnel. Nice, classic. Okay, so Dirk's going back to get boost. Yeah. No. No.
My apologies, Stitch Lord. I'm just gonna mute up for a second here.
Okay. That's fine. Okay. So now that Icefire has X-ray, now he's gonna go and get the plasma beam. This is kind of like the point. I'd say probably close to the halfway point of the run. I'd say probably around there, around the halfway point.
I believe the generally accepted halfway point is
Yeah.
basically the plasma split. So
Yeah. It's people will often do like ship save runs where they start from the ship save before plasma for like practicing late game. Oh no, Dirk said again. Oh. Okay. So now Icefire is going to get the Artifact of Spirit at the top of Vendrona's edge. Nicely done. Your controller stopped working? No. Dang, that's tragic. Oh no.
I'm really liking this labs climb here. A little bit of a slight straight there by icefire, but back on track quite quickly. Just for the record, if anyone in chat has any questions about any of the strategies that we're not covering, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, of course. We're happy to help explain the best we can.
Interesting technique by Dirk there, opting to charge beam one of those icicles, or sorry, inverted snow cones.
Is he? Where's he going? Oh, he's probably getting dropped.
Yeah, he saved before boost.
Okay. Well, no, because he has boost now.
Does he? Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was going back for some reason.
We are seeing falling scans. You gotta love it.
No, he missed the other.
Oh, dang, yeah.
No!
Oh, no. I think I might be a few seconds behind you here, Stitch. I'm just gonna refresh
Yeah.
here, so...
Yeah. Or just pause and unpause the video.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you seeing 55, 48, 49, 50?
50, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat, it is looking like it.
Icefire falling down, frozen pike, but nice recovery.
Dirk opting to reset here. It does make sense. It can take a little bit.
Oh, dude, that unmorph was sick.
That was sick.
That was
That right there is a swag strat. You gotta love it.
that looked perfect.
Anyway, yeah, if you fall to the bottom of a room, it can take some time before you can even get a jump, and then you've got to find the edge of the room or the corner to grab, or to start even jumping, right? So it can be quite tricky, and especially in that kind of situation, it sometimes is just better to reset.
I think at this point he should probably just do the inbounds, or at least on
I'm thinking so.
infinite speed.
Yeah, there is still a risk of a soft lock if you grab the position wrong and the door deactivates on you, but I think that might be better if he knows the strat.
Yeah.
Race nerves are a thing, though. We can have some great runners. Just
I think he did save after getting boost, though, right?
it's looking like, yeah. Ah, he needs missiles. And it does look like he is going to be going for the inbound bias.
Aren't there some crates right there? All right.
I don't know. I don't know what the missile drop percentage is out of those ones, though. I think these ones might be guaranteed.
Also, he might be scared of getting into there again.
Yeah. Killing baby Chigots is actually a pretty good plan here as well.
For those who aren't aware, if you use charge beam, it causes those
And just, of course, coming in clutch with the reference to my favorite incarnation of the Flash. Icefire choosing to fight the Alpha here. Certainly a downside to fighting that Alpha instead of using a series of jumps to get out of or to get up top there is that the AI on the pirates is activated, so you do actually have to move past them while they're shooting at you. This room being shown to be completely trivial in any percent, but vent shaft is it's quite the room in 21%. And of course, here we are seeing the weakness of some pirates is that is making them turn very slowly to the right. Andros, that would certainly be a sight. I am quite interested to see that myself. What I'm very curious about right now is if we're going to see maze skip. We are not. Ah, dang. Thanks for the knowledge there, though, Edson. So
what if you try to skip a 15 square maze?
Was that a 15?
No, I don't think so. I was saying, what if?
Oh, gotcha. I mean, technically it is faster, isn't it?
Yeah. But like, I believe that's for tasks.
Gotcha.
With RTA, you would have to do a setup.
Uh-huh. There is a setup. I do see runners like Vertigo going for it fairly regularly. Yeah, fortunately, we are not seeing the low health issues anymore.
Well, obviously it's fast for tasks. I'm just saying that.
Most tricks are going to be faster for tasks.
If you're doing it in an RTA setting, the time it takes to do a setup would eat into a lot of it. It's not that much faster for a 15 square maze.
How many mazes are 15 squares though?
I think there are 6.
6? Okay. No maze will be a must in Swag. how epically YOLO would your exoskip have to be for just 1%? See the Metroids cooperate here for icefire. Sorta. Could've been much worse. Really smooth. Even without END, FHA, and FHB are quite trolly, so. Need the exoskip BSJ. I'll certainly tell Vertigo to get on that then. Stitch, can you imagine playing this casually and going into mines with only 3 energy tanks?
Yeah, when I was playing casually, I'd need like 10.
I think I had 6, and then I found that wasn't enough, so I had to leave and come back with more.
Calling Crow, Dirk has been struggling with the Wave Sun. Now he's going for the Sun Wave. Yeah, so now he's going for the early, I guess. Why did he reset?
He would have deactivated the door by popping out. So he would have saw that.
Yeah, but he didn't have infinite speed. He could have just unmorphed and then...
It is possible to get stuck where you can't unmorph that, though.
Oh. Well, then he can just reload the room.
That might have been a frustrating reset. Well, we got power pirates for icefire. Fortunately, we do have lots of advantage to work with here. One of my favorite things about this game is the sequential suit moment here, where you're supposed to be getting phase-on suit, but you instead get gravity suit for a moment because cutscenes be cutscenes.
Yeah, the same thing happens after the after Essence takes away your phase-on suit.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to
Like
gravity.
we might have some nostalgia for some older games here. Chozo, where should we put this artifact? Other Chozo. In a hole, of course. Hey, let's fill that hole with Phazon too. So we are observing icefire right now going through spiderless shafts. Definitely a difficult trick.
Shaft 1.
Shaft 1 went quite well here. See how processing goes, or shaft 2 rather, probably first.
Yeah.
You know how it would be. Shaft 2 went quite well as well.
Nicely done.
I bet Chozo would have made Jedi. Interesting. I would love to see a Star Wars Metroid crossover.
I'd say, at least in my personal opinion, Shaft 1 is the probably the hardest trick in any percent.
That
like
seems to be a
there are a few. I think there are like some really high level ones. Like Exo Skip is probably harder.
sure, but it's
But,
not
like,
like
Yeah, in terms of like the most commonly done strats, the Shaft 1 is probably the hardest.
absolutely. Your instant on morph angle can really screw you up too.
Yeah. Yeah, the rock in Shaft 2 is really obnoxious.
Yeah.
It's obnox.
Okay, so shout outs to that. I'm.
Okay,
Is
you
it
got
low
no!
Oh.
Swap! No, please, 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 please. Oh, no. No! Oh!
I cannot imagine how frustrated Dirk must be right now.
Sloppy. Okay,
Mortal Con, is this a better volume for you?
okay, Icefire made it out of ore processing.
Good.
Yeah. Wavesun is being really mean to Dirk right now.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you very much for the heads up. I'll be certainly trying to fix my mic settings for future. Icefire actually had a very well put together mines there.
Yeah.
Couple
I think
minor
only
slip ups here and there, but
I
it
think
was
like the
very
only
robust.
real slop was falling down the ore processing.
FHA, there was a little bit of a trip up,
Yeah.
and Trooper Skip. That's about it.
Does Trooper Skip actually save time? Does it?
RTA does.
Oh yeah. But if you miss it, then it actually loses time because it lags.
Yeah. And this does actually bring up an interesting point. A lot of things that were at one point more quality of life things, things that don't actually save very much in-game time, are going to be quite relevant in races like this that are running on RTA.
Yeah.
Hall of the Elders is certainly one of those things where you're going to see a lot more punishing time losses for missing things like Ghost Skip.
Press F for Derek.
Alright, let's do this on Morph.
Yo!
The legend. The absolute madman. Vulgar display of savagery. I would just change one word out of that, and we'd have yourselves a great album. If I were icefire, I'd be very happy with how I was playing so far. Even disregarding the trip up with the trip up with Frigate.
I think Frigate was like really the only major. Like,
Yeah. Everything else has been going quite smoothly.
yeah. Or didn't he fall down Wave Sun? I think he did.
Did he?
I seem to recall. I could be wrong though. We could probably ask him after the race.
That's true.
I could be like, I don't know, I've seen him. I don't know, it's all kind of blurring together.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
with the logistics stuff going on our end, it's a little bit difficult sometimes.
Yeah. Overall, though, quite a good run.
Mm-hmm. I'd be interested to see what icefire's PB is actually.
Doesn't he have like a 56?
I
think
don't know.
Yeah, 56.
56. Okay, that's actually.
A 117 RTA.
So, not likely to PB here unless it goes for next week.
Yeah. This could be an IGT PB. No, probably not.
No.
If you went for Exoskip.
Yeah. A clean Exoskip would potentially lead to it.
Let's see, because there were about 5 minutes due to
I think
the
he
Frigate.
started at 5:20. So. So flyby skip would be a must, and I guess non-trolley essence.
You should just do the ledge clip ghettos to do the mid-air phase skip. Missed the.
I really like Vertigo strat actually for this.
Did you see the new task strat where you you do 10 ledge clip ghettos and then you go and dash over to him and then boost into him while he's right up there? It's amazing.
That is simultaneously horrifying and amazing.
Let me see. Can I see the video?
This is not the real Ridley. It's just the meta Ridley. But that's just a Ridley. A meta Ridley. Thanks for watching.
Sure,
I like that Pat is like common enough that people actually understand that reference now.
Here's a video. I'm gonna link it in chat of the TAS Ridley fight. Oh, Dirk got wave stun.
Yep, we're spinning up now.
Nice.
Good to see.
Man ball. You might be wondering what we're gonna need all this speed for. After all, we do build up speed for 55 seconds. First, we need to talk about parallel universes.
You know what? We do need to make an obligatory race reference here, though. I will be pointing out at this time that how out of bounds movement works is that essentially every room is inside of a box.
So every room is inside of a box.
And outside of that box is what's called ether.
Yeah,
inside the box is normal physics. Outside of the box is what we call ether, and in ether you constantly float upwards very slowly.
If you dip into the box, you can jump for 3 frames. And so by dipping in, jumping, and dipping out, you can gain height. Okay, come on. Exo skip. No! Okay. So this is pretty solid.
Apparently I can't spell it. Alright, so that's going to be a question for a Stitch. Stitch, you want to
Does this game use additive or subtractive CSG? I'm trying to think what CSG is. Judging by the words additive or subtractive, I think it's subtractive. My understanding is that the ether is like everywhere, and then basically whatever the bounding box is for all of the collision, like that gets subtracted out of the ether. So it's sort of like how in like SM64 everywhere is out of bounds, and then wherever like the collision is, it subtracts from the out of bounds. Is that what you're asking?
Dirk now arriving at race game. You kind of hate to see it on the ice. We're looking for, hold on, sorry, are we on Subchamber 3 yet?
Subchamber 2.
Okay, never mind that.
Yeah, so my understanding is that it's subtractive, but it's not like solid. It's the ether where if you go out of bounds, if you're outside the box that surrounds all of the collision, you float upwards slowly. And they did that.
Also possible you can actually morph and fall through the ether.
If you morph or in echoes, if you screw attack.
And it is actually possible, and this has been tested by the one and only Flamentipator. You can fall for so long that the wireframe starts to separate.
How long does that take?
28 hours.
Oh my god! I almost want to try that.
I'm pretty sure he came close to frying his Wii doing that.
Oh. Yeah, so I think it's subtractive, but it's not solid stuff. It's the ether. If you had just an empty map, then the ether would be everywhere.
Uninformed pleb coming into chat and giving us some education on old school games like Quake.
Classic. Okay, so this is Subchamber 4. This is probably the most RNG dependent. All of the other ones he's guaranteed to go through, or she's guaranteed to go through each color in turn. With this one, she can choose. So you want to get ice, plasma, or is it plasma, ice, whatever. You don't want to get purple, and you don't want to get yellow.
You have Icefire has, however, gotten purple and then yellow.
Okay, ice. Okay, and also, and then they can change color again. Although I believe there is a manipulation you can do, which Icefire is doing, where you bait her into doing melee attacks, and if she's doing a melee attack, she can't change color.
The purple and yellow Kool-Aid are always worse than
No,
the
yellow! Ugh.
You always want the white and red Kool-Aid. Oh my god.
This has been odd.
Oh, I thought it turned purple for a second. I was gonna be like, it's the exact wrong sequence.
That wasn't the worst possible. But that was still far from optimal RNG.
Have you seen Arten's edit of this?
No.
Oh my god. He takes the parkour scene and green screens it on.
Oh wait, I think I may have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Seeing good attack count.
And now he's doing the pool cancels. Essentially, whenever you dip in, your gun will be like out for a certain amount of time. And then if you press A and leave the pool, you'll fire off a shot while outside the pool. And if you fire off the shot while outside the pool, it doesn't consume ammo. So you can do that to actually kill her in 3 pools instead of 4.
I am going to note that I almost GG'd myself with a huge round of applause.
Well, wow. Anyways, where's on the commentator control so we can mark the race as finished?
I think Icefire needs to dot done.
Oh yeah.
Is Icefire streaming right now? Alright.
Yeah, Icefire's streaming. How could he not be?
Yeah. Don't ask me.
I'll DM him.
Okay.
Done. Oh, you got it. Fixing credits.
6 credits.
No.
Okay, hour flat.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get the runners.
I think Icefire might just be a little bit behind on stream here. He has said that he did type out times.
Okay. His timer's still running.
Yeah, weirdly Derko's not though.
I think Derko paused.
Why would Derko pause?
Because he's forfeit. Yeah. I definitely would have probably given up as soon as I failed the first wave sun.
That's valid.
I was.
Icefire still running.
Should I just send them an invite to come on commentary?
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. So Icefire is using the timer displayed our personal splits. So
I gotcha.
yeah, we do have an SRL time. It looks like.
Okay. Let me, is Icefire still in the server, or?
I think so. Might have ducked out.
Okay. Icefire actor. Want to join for host race interview. Yo, what's up, gamers?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
The only thing I can remember from that tire run is the stupid pirate.
Dude, the when you almost got the ceiling warp in Wave Sun, and then it kicked you back out of bounds, I was like, no.
Yeah, dude, I was so upset. I was like, come on. I was gonna give up, but I was like, there's no point at this point. I just kept on.
Yeah, but you did get it eventually, and that's good.
And kudos to you for like struggling on and keeping going that entire time. That takes a lot of willpower. So well done.
Yeah.
So, quick question for you both. How did you feel going into this, and did that affect your runs at all?
I actually wasn't too nervous. But as soon as it got to Wave Sun, like my nerves level just like rose. I think that definitely affected me a bit.
Absolutely, that makes sense. Yourself, Icefire?
I was pretty nervous for Frigate Wall Crawl, which ended up being justified.
Oh yeah. Also, speaking of the frigate wall crawl, nice on after missing the door the first time, going for frigate wall crawl again. That was super cool. It was really solid.
I
Absolutely.
usually don't miss that door. I usually don't do a lot of things I did tonight, but can't be helped.
You know, you both struggled on after some hiccups. So like, kudos to both of you. It's absolutely fantastic to see that kind of thing. Now overall, so we do have a completed time, 1 hour flat in game time. How do you feel about that, Icefire?
It's bad.
Your PB is 56, if I remember correctly, correct?
Yeah. But mine's just went really poorly.
Fair enough.
I love how, like, because you're so good, your standards are so much higher than like mine are. Like, when I was watching, I thought that was a pretty solid mines, but like,
yeah, we were up here just go, yeah, that mines went pretty well, other than that FHA moment and trooper skip. It seemed pretty cool.
The falling down in ore processing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But like we were like overall, that seems pretty solid. But
Might just be
Yeah,
the
I guess
view
it's
point
just
of
different standards for different levels.
yeah,
I wasn't very happy with it, but I'm glad I completed the game and didn't die.
Yeah, that's totally fair. You know, not dying is helpful sometimes. Dirk, talk to me about that. About your backup strat for getting missiles there. Do you usually go for those specific crates, or do you go for the ones in the Wiki Bamboos?
Actually, I normally have missiles up to that point. I just ran out, and I was like, dude, I need some crates. And, the crates in the room with like those energy enemies don't drop missiles. I don't think. Like I've never got missiles from them, so I had to find other crates.
Okay.
And I just used those.
Sure.
Oh, what happened with your controller? Are you using like a Mayflash adapter for Dolphin?
Yeah, it just jacked up.
Mine does that sometimes. I think the only like solution I had was reinstalling the drivers with Zadig, and also like the less USB devices you have plugged in, the better. But yeah.
That's certainly out of my realm of expertise. I run on a Wii, so. The other thing that I wanted to you know have a quick chat about was the differences in route. Dirk, were there any differences to your knowledge that we would have seen in the latter portions of the run had we gotten there for you?
Aside from like some harder tricks, I don't think so.
Okay. So no early newborn, I take it.
Yeah, no early newborn.
Fair.
Probably would have done spireless though.
Okay, yeah. We were mentioning that spiderless shafts, especially like shaft 1, is definitely a respectable level of difficulty. So, yeah.
It never.
Hopefully, we will see that in the future, though, from you.
Shaft 1 never stops being annoying at any level of play.
That's true.
The problems just shift. So, like at the higher level, it stops being the jumps and the bomb jump and just being the rail being mean to you for no reason.
Yeah, and then the rock and shaft 2, you know, it's not the funnest. But shaft 1 will certainly be the bane of my existence until the end of time. Sid, do you have any more questions? Do we have a leg out here? Is that possible?
I think we're pretty good.
Okay, well, GG to you both, and congratulations to you, Icefire. We will be seeing more of you both, hopefully. Dirk, please do stick around and compete in the other side of the bracket. We do want to see more from you, and especially I want to see those spiderless shafts from you in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
GG to you both, and have an awesome day.
Yeah, thanks for the race, guys. See you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
See you later.
Introduce.